Hello everyone, we're out on course. It is the hottest day since records began. Out here with Paul.
Hello.
We're doing some short game, but we're playing some holes at the same time. So you're going to see us play like 2 or 3 holes, and then we're going to get round the green and talk about some shot selection stuff. So let's get into it. All that was the plan. As you can see, myself and Paul were meant to be out on the golf course doing a bit of a playing lesson, which we did get filmed. However, the files unfortunately become corrupted and then consequently were deleted. That was the same in this instance, where you can see myself and Phil doing a continuation of the good putting work that we did before. Those files were also corrupted and lost. So a bit of a mental note to self: make sure you don't use your iPhone to film in future. However, we have got an episode for you today. We are back with Mark and we're in the studio. So I will see you there. Hello everyone, welcome back. Toolbox time with Mark. We're going to do some continuation of the swing stuff that we've done before. Just noticing that we are seeing some funkiness with path numbers, so we'll be working on that a little bit today. And we're hopefully going to get the iron shot stopping, starting left, and get them start lines really nailed on and really straight at them now. So should be good. We're using flight scope. I'll show you some numbers. Let's get into it. Right, so some numbers. We've got 5.4 left, 3.8 left, 1.7 left, 1.4 right. So at this point, you know, when that first one I told you it was 5.4 left. You being a good golfer, you've made that adjustment. So in today's session, it's basically going to be that you've done, but with me guiding you a little bit. So, you know, just trying to find straight and trying to find what a straight ball flight looks like. Yeah. The most concerning one for me is the one that does just start left and stays left. So we've got like a face that's very appropriately twisted to that path. But if we get it starting too far left, it's like with you, it's not slicing back to target, is it?
No.
So let's look at that severity, because that severity, as we've seen with these last few again, 5 left, 7 left. If we can get this within the realms of 2 and under, then I think we're flying, aren't we? That's then you able to aim it straight at flags and knowing that it's going straight at flags. So that's the mission today. Let's see if we can find 0.
Okay.
So that one started straight at it, just faded a fraction. Any guesses on path that time?
2.4 left.
3.8.
So that's coming in across.
Yeah. So it's only marginal, it's only literally degrees.
I need to feel like I'm pushing it out now.
Yes. So is this all just a conscious effort in the downswing? Is that where you feel you're trying to manipulate it most?
So I'm trying to, push that way.
So that's on the 2 left.
But trying to do that is actually strong.
Yeah. Put that 0.2 left, that straightest one so far.
Yeah. That just felt so left.
Did it? I thought more left than some others. Lovely. That's the one. That's the end goal. That's what we're looking for today.
If anything, probably delivered too much loft on it.
Okay, only a fraction, but that path again on 0.2 degrees round. What we're thinking on that one?
Slightly left.
2 degrees left, something like that?
Yeah.
0.3 right. So this is you starting to find your baseline now. This is you starting to swing it straighter. I know that one did finish left of target, but I think it was due to a face that was slightly close to a path. But we are definitely starting to swing it straighter now. Okay, could be a similar case again. They were just a bit drawy that time. .0 right. That's pretty good for swinging it straight. Don't really get better than that. So again, only reason why that one has curved in that direction was your face was 3.3 degrees close to it. So
I still think consciously, my problem is with 7 iron, I get set up too much here.
Too much, yeah, too far forward.
And we had that thing when we started, used to have a big slicer. So I had intention to do that with the face. I still think the old habit's still correct.
Yeah.
So 7 should be more or less neutral.
Definitely. Middle, just forward, centre.
And that's better phasing it.
lines that you're swinging on now, mate, are so much better, you know. Takeaway so much more like compact and like whipped inside, and
that bit feels more natural.
yeah.
That must be the first few times, isn't it?
I know. But in my head, you have to take it to them extremes in order to get it back to where it needs to be.
Oh yeah.
But I think, you know, with this new like takeaway feeling and ideas that we've got, the fact that you feel as though you're moving a bit more out this way now could possibly be mirrored on the way down. I think that's why I do that pattern.
Right.
So I think the feeling for you that I want you to try and achieve today, whilst you're doing such a good job with this, if as you're turning back you feel as though you're loaded a little bit more to your right here, so that's just going to give you the ability from there to want to shift that a bit more out. So now it's going to be a feeling of like out to here, but then turning this side here. So instead of weight kind of moving more out towards the right toe, you have to left it.
No, it's right.
Instead of right, right toe, and then from there the move is going to want to be ever so slightly moving it left, and it is only in degrees, it's only 5-7 degrees, but if we've got that feeling now, keeping that nice one piece takeaway as you are doing a great job with that, but then more right heel. I think just that movement of moving your pressure from your right heel like that one, a more right path. On that case, with that 1.2 degrees right. See where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. One thing that we're going to have to watch out for is that as you're moving your pressure into your right heel, we don't see that move so it can get inside again. So we'll just have a look at everything in total now. So on average, out of all these shots that you've hit so far, you've passed still 2.1 degrees left. So that's been able to shift some out right once you have that conscious idea of doing it. But on the whole, I think because the severity of one we saw earlier, it's still just a bit left on average. So. Seen this a few times before now. Aim of the game is to get that club a little bit more moving this way. We've seen that you've done a right job changing your baselines to hit a couple of zeros and past that have even gone right, but on average we've still got the couple of 4 degrees left creeping in. So let's see what this one was. So if we have to make that gap a bit more severe, yeah, that's still 3.7 left, so let's move these a bit closer together. There we go. My favourite thing about that though, well no, I think you do it once and then you really don't want to do it again, do you? So what was that we just said off camera?
That would have been 2 tenths more than me making a change and we relax on it, is certainly the better one, yeah.
Definitely, I've been in that situation as well, so the last couple of lessons I've gone for, I find grip tension gets really tight, because you're more concerned about how you're moving, aren't you, as opposed to anything else.
It's too much to think about. Sometimes if you just fixate on one thing, you know the takeaway is good now, so you've got to think about number 2, throwing it over number 2. And
yeah. So priority today's lesson is moving your path, isn't it? It's like all the good work that you've done prior to today, meaning that takeaway is in a much more better one piece.
Yeah, so there's now, forget about that, that's happening. Work on it.
Yeah, this is it, and then no coincidence on that last shot. Get it up for you. So very neutral ball flight, and we've moved that path now to only 1 degrees left. So, and baselines are definitely moving and shifting more towards 0 like we want to see them now. So.
Yeah.
So on this shot that was 0.1 left, the path, we did just speak about an idea of where we feel as though right shoulder's pinned back as we're moving into downswing, didn't we? And I think we've been getting some great success with that. So just have a look at a few of these numbers. We think about the start of the lesson where we were seeing the likes of 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees left with the path. This column here is the path number. Some of the last few, 0.1 left, 0.8 right, 0.4 right, 2.3 left, 0.5 right, 0.9 right. So in that last batch of 7 shots there's 6 that's under 0. So we think about controlling your start direction now. That's pretty good.
0 all the time.
Yeah. We've had 1 0.0 today, and we've had like 2 0.1s. So. Beautiful shot again. Can you see what I mean with this start direction idea though?
Yeah, definitely.
And now we've just shifted path even by the likes of 3-4 degrees, and we're getting it starting at target and staying at target, aren't we?
That's the one.
That was the one.
The bad ones now are more when I get too static here. And
Yes.
I haven't turned.
That's it. You
That one I felt like I was.
to your right.
Yeah. That one I felt like I turned on. Same thing. Start thinking about going over number 2.
Yeah.
I forget something else. Kind of think a little too lofty, but that's good.
I mean, I really like what you said then, because if you think about it, you know, if you were to shift your weight and not move into that right heel, you'll get stacked with the shoulders, you know, so that shoulder plane gets steeper, and then from there you want to go that way.
That's all you can do, yeah.
Yeah, whereas if we're turning it to right heel now, and then we're moving it this way, then two like shoulder movements are
Becoming more neutral.
Yeah. So well done, mate. Some superb changes today, really getting that path down from the likes of 6 degrees left very much to 0 now. We've seen some really nice good 4 irons to finish. Next session we'll do a bit of gapping, get all that sorted for you. But any comments before we finish?
It's all going the right way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking good. We did speak.
Tell you my handicap reduction on something.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that we need to see next, isn't it?
Yeah,
really. So
it's going the right way, definitely.
Definitely. So superb. Everyone at home, I hope you've enjoyed it. Do the usual like, share, subscribe. See you next time. Later. Bye.